Hi, this is Jeff Jordan with Nova Home Loans, and I'm here today with Eric Tack with Coldwell Banker to chat about how you do things completely different in your listing presentation. A lot of realtors just do some research, show up, say, hey, this is what I think you should sell your house for, but your process is different. Could you kind of run down that?
I think the average agent, when they're going to talk to a potential seller about what they need to do to prepare their house for sale and what the asking price should be, they spend a lot of time in front of the computer looking at what's the current listings, what has sold in the last 90 to 180 days, and that's where they come up with their numbers. My wife and I will do it a little bit differently. When we know we have a listing presentation coming up in a certain neighborhood, we'll go to every active listing that's on the MLS currently and go physically see them. So we're in those homes, get to experience what those houses are like, because sometimes you'll find out, well, there's a really loud dog next door, or they are back up to a donut shop, things that may negatively impact each individual listing. So we have more information to offer that seller in that meeting. And then my wife and I always go together and we do our research independently, and we don't discuss it until we're in front of the potential client. The reason for that is I'll usually come up with a number and a reason for that number, and my wife will come up with one that's different than mine. Maybe they're similar, but they're never exactly the same. And then we get to hash out in front of the client why we came to those conclusions, and so they can kind of see what the potential buyer is going to have go through their head. Well, I've seen every home in this neighborhood, and this is why I think this one is appropriately priced, how it compares to everything else I could buy. So
interesting approach. And to be clear, you and your wife Carla are a team. You're both licensed realtors.
Correct.
So you're not just bringing in.
No, not just because she looks
know
good.
Anything about real estate? Yeah.
No,
she happens to be my wife, so we use her. But no, you guys are both experienced realtors.
No,
so they go through this process.
And she's extremely type A, so she's maybe a little bit more detailed in how her presentation is put off. But we have different views of the market, which every buyer does. So it's interesting for the seller to see us to have that discussion about their property and why we would pay a certain number for it and why we wouldn't pay another.
Right, and plus you know what the competition is.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, if you'd like to experience this process, feel free to give Eric a call. And any questions on mortgage financing, obviously give myself a call here at Nova Home Loans.